welcome to the Bender Bunker, your one-stop shop for B-Bender related videos, and it is installment number 12 in our Quick Lick series. We now have a dirty dozen of these, which was actually a pretty good World War II film if I'm remembering correctly, the Dirty Dozen. I enjoyed that one. But as you can tell from the opening, this is a open string twang fest straight into hot Bender action. Of course, open string, twangy goodness into Bender action is one of our all-time favorite combos here in the bunker. Always has been, always will be. And I'm going to be walking you through it note by note here in Quick Lick number 12, where we always try to bring you less talk and more twang, and I always fail at it because I keep coming up with twang things, and this will be no exception. I'll completely ruin the concept of a Quick Lick series. I'll show you the lick, of course, but I've got some others I want to show you as well, bonus licks, if you will. But here's what we had in the opening, kind of in isolation, so you can get a better feel for it. Again, we're in G, and we're just working through the open string passages up the neck into our first Bender section. Twangy there in G, and then we do it again. And we get all Bender action up here in the higher registers, so we don't leave this part of the neck out. So I'm going to walk you through that note by note, and then I'm going to throw in some extra twang licks, something along the lines of... Throw that in as a bonus. So if that sounds good for you, go grab that Bender guitar and let's get started with Quick Lick number 12 here at the Bender Bunker. All right, looks like you have decided to hop on board the train heading for destination Quick Lick number 12, the open string Bender action. Nice to have you on board, and we're going to get started here shortly and dive right into it. It's going to be twangy. It's going to be fun. Just a little bit of business before we get going. Again, if you want to skip all this, comment section below, top ones for me. Click that time link. I will see you there in the future. But for now, just a little bit of housekeeping. The way you can support the channel, if you're of a mind to do so, of course, the fastest, easiest way is just give us a quick thumbs up, a like button if you would. I've been watching a lot of other YouTube channels lately for inspiration, and I notice when they get to this section about the like button, they're very militant about it. Have you noticed that? They want you to smash the like button. They want you to crush the like button, destroy it. Dare I say, even some want you to penetrate the like button. And I don't recommend that. Do not penetrate the like button. You have no idea where it's been. Be careful there. But I would appreciate it. Thumbs up if you're enjoying this. Also, if you're new to the bunker, well, welcome. This is kind of what we do. Hot B Bender action. And we've got over 50 Bender lessons waiting for you on our main channel in a playlist from all the years we've been doing this. So you've got plenty to catch up on if you are new. And the big red arrow is showing you our handy dandy subscription button in the corner there. So you can grab that real quick. And then finally, if you'd like to buy the Bender Bunker a round of beers, virtual beers, via PayPal, safely and securely, just go to the details section below, expand that out. That's where we list all the equipment we use. You'll also see the Bender Bunker's PayPal account. So you can click that, send over the virtual beer amount donation of your choice. And thank you to all that have done so far here year to date in 21. It's been a great response, and I'm very appreciative. And speaking of equipment now, that opening you heard, of course, was straight into the recording software. That's why you've got the drums and the stereo quality, all that good stuff. We are trying to raise the production bar here this year in the Bender Bunker. And then right now we are off that. We're back live on the video camera's tiny little microphone, which I have positioned between now studio monitors. It's right in the middle right here. The studio monitor's behind it. Sounds pretty darn good. Now what you're hearing is my pedal board going into a Strymon Iridium pedal, which is simulating a cabinet and an amp setup straight into my software and then coming out of these studio monitors. And I've been having a lot of fun with it lately. It's set on the AC30 setting right now. So we're gonna run with it, see how it goes. I'm thinking about shooting a video on this setup later. It's been a lot of fun to put together, and I think it's paying dividends for the quality. Hopefully we're trying to bring you here this year in the bunker. All right, that's it. Business is over. Let's get started with Quick Lick number 12. Coming out of the gate strong with some open string licks. And what you heard there is in the key of G, and I think of it as triplets, as in 3-note sequences. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 sets of 3, so 9 notes total. Let's learn them. There's only 9 of them, right? So think of an open G chord. That's your bottom 2 notes to get the party started. Now we are starting, the first note of the first triplet will be on the bottom string, then the next triplet is on the 5th string, next string's on the 4th string. We're working our way up the neck to our first Bender section. So we're down here on the bottom strings, like an open G chord. So that means my middle finger's on the bottom string third, and my index is one string up on the second, like a G chord. And then I'm doing those first three notes starting on the bottom. I'm doing it with my thumb on the bass note and the next two of the triplet with my index finger. You pick it, you hybrid, whatever you want to do. That's just what I came up with, so I'm going to show you the way I wrote it. So that is our first sequence of three notes. And they're ringing nicely. That's the open string part, of course. And then we're going to move to the next set of three. Of course, that starts on the fifth string. So now we are fifth string, fourth fret, right? And then my index finger's on the fourth string second. And the third note of that section is the open G string, your open third string. Rings out nicely, and then that allows us to drop our middle finger into the fourth string third fret, and then pick it as your starting note, and then the next two strings are going to be the third and second string open. So those are your 9 notes. And a funny thing happened on the way to the forum. No, a funny thing happened. I almost didn't do quick look number 12. I came up with that triplet section I just showed you, and I thought that could be fun. Filed it away, came back to it later to add some bender parts onto it, and I couldn't play it to save my life. I hadn't committed it to muscle memory yet. So some of this, right out of the gate, you'll get this. Some of you will have no problem with it. I wrote the darn thing and I had problems with it. So take a moment, just get it nice and fluid. Again, at the end of the day, once you break it down in your mind mentally of 3-note sections, starting on the 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, it makes it a little bit easier. Go backwards with it, that's when you know you got it. Okay, so that's all to work us into our first bender section. So as we come off that last section of 3 notes, right, we're going to take our ring finger and slide it up to hit the target note of the 4th string 5th fret, like that. It's not a big slide, I'm really kind of doing just 1 fret there. And as I'm sliding up, that's also my mental cue to pre-engage the bender. So I'm sliding up, bender's engaging. And then I'm dropping my index finger onto the bent B that's already, because it's engaged, and I'm dropping onto the 2nd string 3rd fret. And when I get there, I'm going to hit that note to let the bender down. And of course, I just pick the 4th string so they're ringing together. So again, I'm just picking that note, the bender got pre-engaged, and I just let it down. That's all that just occurred coming out of the triplet section. Now the bender's down. Now we're going to do a little twangy bender action just down here in the open G area. So I just came the bender down, and now I'm dropping with my index finger down to the 1st fret and covering the top 2 strings on the 1st fret with my index. When I get there, I'm hitting the B string and taking up the bender, holding it. Then I'm popping up to the high E 3rd fret note with my little finger, back to the still bent B. And now I'm doing the high, took the little finger off, high E with the 1st because I'm covering it with my index. We just did that. And then the 4th note will be to let the bender down, so hit that B note on the 1st to let it down for 4 notes altogether. So the bender goes up and the bender goes down. It's just 1 up and 1 down. And bender's down. Now what I'm doing, not bender related, so as I come off the bender section, my ring finger is very nicely positioned naturally to be on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and then allows my index finger to drop down easily to the 3rd string 2nd fret. I'm starting with a note on the 2nd string 1st, and then my index finger has time to get to the 3rd string 2nd. I get a little slight pre-bend when I get there. Actually, I'm double stopping now I think about it. So I do 1 note on the 3rd string 2nd real quick, and then it allows me time to drop my index finger down to the 3rd string 2nd. When I get that position, then I'm grabbing them both together. I've got a pre-bend on the 2nd fret 3rd. All right. And then I'm keeping my ring finger where it is, I'm just lifting my index finger off so I can do another double stop with the G string open. All right, slowly from the beginning. That is how we start the party here for Quick Lick 12. Now on to the next section. All right, good news. Now when we go up to the high part of our neck for the next and final bender section of this lesson, we start by using everything we've already just learned, which is your triplet section with the open strings, your first bender thing you ever did, and then we're going to go up the neck this time, but you start with what you already know. Again, the first part we don't have to cover again. So how do we get up here and do this? So let's figure that out. So we're coming out of the bender section. Bender's down. We've got that 4-string second string mentality where the second string is always 2 frets down from it. We'll keep that hand pattern. Let's move it up the neck to get into the next bender territory. 4-string 12th, so the B string's 2 behind it on the 10th. And then the final bender sequence will be this shape, but up here with the 4-string on the 17th and the 2 behind it on the B string 15th. Okay, so that was me going 12-10 up here, the first of the 2 up here. And let's talk about how I did that. Now when I'm down here in this bottom section with the bender, I'm using my ring finger on the 4-string, my index on the B string. When I'm going for the upper one, you can keep this finger position exactly the same. What I find I'm doing to make it easier when you get the frets a little closer together, I tend to switch over to my middle finger on the 4-string and my index finger on the B strings. Whatever, play around with it, see what works for you. But I am switching up here as I slide. Now, as I say, I'm kind of sliding into that target note of the 4-string 12th. I'm kind of moving my hand. I'm not doing the slide all the way on the 4-string from there, but when I get close to it, I'm sliding into it, and then I pop up to the B string 10th to take the bender up. Right? Pretty quick when I get there. Now when I hit that B string and take the bender up, I hold it for a second. I'm hitting the high E open next to it, and then I'm coming back to the 4-string 12th for a note. So that sequence is... really 4 notes in a bent. I mean, the second note is bent, but it's really 4 altogether. 1, 2, high E open 3, and then back to 4-string 12 for the 4th. Okay. Now, when I hit that final note of the 4-string 12th, I've got my bender down by the point. By about the time I'm hitting that final note, the bender's back down. So I took the bender up with the B string, held it, hit the open high E, and then when I come back for that last note of that sequence, the 4-string 12th, the bender's snuck back down already because I need it down. Like that. Bender's down now. So those 2 note patterns and a little bit of the high ear ringing, I'm popping up here for this. And that's why I switched over to my middle and index, because getting up here is a little bit more accurate when I switch those fingers. I just remembered that. So we're coming off this. So let's talk about this sequence now from the 12-10 and the 17-15. Again, I'm referring to the 4th and 2nd string positions. Got to get that nice and seamless, right? So let's work on that. Again, you know the sequence. I just showed you that. Bender's down. And then I'll tell you how I get up here. Is that very last note, 4-string 12, I'm hitting it and I'm using the audio to slide it up to the 17th. I'm not picking it a second time to take it up. And then when I get there, I immediately hit the B string 15th and take the bender up. Get it up on the bender all the way engaged, I hit the B string 15th. What I'm doing now is I'm using my index finger and I'm just covering the top two, not pressing because I need two dead notes. Believe it or not, that's how I did it in the beginning. It all makes sense when we're done. So get used to doing that. When you pop up here, 17, 15, two dead notes. Bender's still fully engaged, and then we pop back down here with our index finger, top two on the 10th, start on the high E, then hit the B string to let it down. And then we end up with a G note on our third string 12. So all together. Hopefully that makes more sense when I play a little bit faster. All right, from the beginning. All right, put the two together. You know them now. You know the whole quick lick 12 now. Believe it or not, you just learned it. Quick lick number 12 in the books. Not too bad. I mean, the time's a little bit long, but that is one of the quicker licks we've done. All right, now you have the lick. Go have fun with it. It's going to just take a couple of muscle memory exercises to get you going. And then this one. And then if you'd like to stick around, I'm done with quick lick 12, but I'm going to shoot a little bit more video here because I've got some other licks in and around this idea of the G area and what we've been learning. I've got some other ideas to show you if you're interested. So bonus licks coming up next. All right, bonus lick section. Looks like you may have stuck around for bonus licks. These are licks that kind of got edited out or just fell by the wayside as I was coming up with quick lick 12 that you just learned. And there's some fun ones I think that'd be worth learning and having in your twang arsenal, if you will. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, Bender Bunker, stop it. It's too much value. I can't and I won't. So let's learn these bonus licks. Good news. Like what you just learned, all these licks are going to come out of the same starting point. The triplet open string, first bender section, and then we get to the lick. The first lick we're going to learn is working off a 7th pattern for G. It sounds like this. Let's get to it, shall we? So what we already know and learned is we come off that first bender section. That one. Now we're going to hop up here to the 7th pattern, bender 7th pattern for G, which is your high E 7th, then your B string 6, and your middle 3rd string 7th. Right, that bender 7th pattern. So the lick is this. Using some open strings to get back to our main part of our G bar chord here on the 4 and 3 strings. So coming out of it for context. So what I'm doing there is as I come off our starting point, the bender's down, I'm going to go up here and create that 7th pattern for G. So I'm sliding up with my middle finger on the 3rd string 7, first note. Then I'm going to the B string 6 down below it. I'm picking that, taking the middle. Then I'm completing the 7th shape with the high E 7th with my ring finger. Hold the bender there, come back to the B string, hit it, still bent. Now go back to your high E, but lift your finger for an open. And then come back to the B string, pick it to let it down. And then finish, you're retracing your step backward on that 7th shape with the 3rd string 7th. Like that. Now the bender's down. You've got most of that 7th shape ringing with the open high E. And what I'm going to do now is go open high E, open B string. And then my index finger down here, 3rd string 3rd, hit that note once and then roll up to my middle finger 1 fret above it. Hold that, let that ring, and then ring finger comes in here for the 4th string 5th to complete that G barred chord middle, right? bonus lick. Now, the next bonus lick doesn't involve a bender, but I think it's a fun one to have. I just keep playing it when I was coming up with this lesson. It sounds like this. I think I showed this once maybe on the Instagram channel. That's right, we have an Instagram channel. Link in the section below if you want to go look at that. But basically what this is, use it all the time. It's a lot flashier than it really is. Won't take long to learn it, so I thought I'd throw it in. So we just came off the bender section. And now we're going to take our index finger and the third string second. I'm going to pick it once and then roll it out to an open G string. Right, that's open. Let that ring, and then I'm going to go over here to the fourth string third for a note, and then come back and hit the open G string again. So we have. So I've still got the fourth string third and the open G string ringing together. And then I come back to the fourth string where my finger still is. I pick it once, and then I roll down second fret open string. So now you pretty much have the fourth and third string ringing together, which is nice because you're in G, and that is the open G chord, right? And then I'm going to go down here and pick an open fifth string, but immediately roll 1, 2 on the frets. After I do the 1, 2 on the open, so fifth string open, 1, 2 on the frets, roll, hold that note, and I'm going to do an open fourth string and an open third string. That's, you're kind of forming an open G chord now, so just go ahead and hit that last bottom note, bottom string third. For context, let's do it out of our starting point. There you go, bonus licks. That is it. You've got quick lick 12, you've got bonus licks, all kinds of goodness to work on there. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Again, if you did, give us a quick thumbs up. And we're going to end as we always do with our motto: it is never too late to go on a bender. I certainly hope you do. And I'll see you again real soon as we get more hot summer action. I'm shooting this basically at the very start of June. We've got the whole summer ahead of us. A lot of good bender action planned. So stay tuned for more. Until then, I'll see you again real soon. Keep it bent.